Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me spend a few minutes of your time, or thank you for letting me share a few minutes of your time, however you want to look at it. Um, Hopefully, you're going to like what we talk about today. I don't want it to sound like a grammar lesson, but what I really want is you to think about the words you use and what they mean. And today's going to be kind of interesting because I've got to come up with a way to demonstrate what I mean, and I think I have. So before I get going too far down the road we're going down, don't forget the like button, share buttons, all those good things you do. And of course, you have to do the advertisement. The books are available at authorjerrymitchell.com, or you can go to givegod90.com and follow those links. Take you right there. You know, it's how we pay for what we do. Just saying. When I was very young, 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there, I can remember parents and teachers, if you did something, they would say, you need to go apologize to that person. And the word apology and the word sorry, we have used interchangeably over the last many, many, many years, but they're different. And let me start with 1 Samuel 22:8. All of you have conspired against me, and there is none that show me that my son has made a league with the son of Jesse, and there is none of you that is sorry for me, or shows me that my son has stirred up my servants against me to lie in wait, as at this day? Now, what Saul's saying is, nobody feels sorry for me. Nobody's feeling sorry for me. Not, what's wrong with you people? Don't you feel sorry for me? The word sorry is also used as the word sick or illness. It gives us that feeling of, when you feel sorry for someone who's in a situation, you kind of have that, oh man. And some people, it literally makes physically ill, right? To be sorry or to be sorrow-filled, right? To be filled with grief, you're grieving for people in that situation. The word apology is a little different. Let's look at 1 Peter 3:15. But in your hearts, sanctify Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give a defense to everyone who asks you the reason for the hope that is in you, but respond with gentleness and respect. Now, the word defense here is the Greek word for apologize. And yes, it's where we get the fancy church word apologetics. We are giving a reason. It's a well thought out explanation of what happened. Think of it this way, and I hope you can follow me here, okay? Because this is the best example that I think I can come up with, or that I have come up with so far. Let's put it that way. Let's pretend you are at a gathering near a beach or a lake or a river, someplace where people gather, and it's the fall of the year. It's cool. Maybe there's a bonfire going, right? And people are standing around, they're conversing, they're maybe eating, and people are coming and going by the fire, warming themselves up a little bit because it's chilly in the fall of the year. And you happen to be standing there and you notice that somebody's gotten a little too close to the fire, and maybe their clothes are starting to smoke, and they don't notice it because they're chilly and the fire feels good. they're kind of turned back to it. And you start to make your way there, and all of a sudden their clothes, they catch on fire. Well, you may be quick in your thinking, but a little aggressive here. You push the person in the water, and they're wondering what's going on. They think you just played a mean trick on them or something, right? Well, as you're helping them back out of the water, and they're, yelling at you, do you say, "I'm sorry," or do you say, "Look, I apologize. I apologize for having to do that, but your clothes were on fire, and I thought it would be better if you were wet than if you were burned," right? I've never seen that happen, but that's probably one of the best examples I can think of. Something I have seen happen is, two people walking down the street. One of them stumbles and bumps the other, who starts to fall. Well, the one who stumbled first, he regained his step, and he reaches out and grabs the other person to keep them from falling. And when he did, he kept them from falling, but it actually tore the sleeve a little bit on the coat that the other person was wearing. And he's like, "Look, I apologize. I did not want to tear your clothes. I just didn't want you to fall down and get hurt." A thought out reason in both cases, right? There's no need to be sorrow filled if you were attempting to do the right thing. But there is that reason, that you did it to start with. From there, let's look at Genesis 3:16. To the woman. Now, this is after they ate the fruit, right? And they're getting their punishment handed to them. Genesis 3:16. To the woman he said, "I will sharply increase your sorrow in childbirth. In pain you will bring forth children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." Now, the word sorrow in childbirth here, it actually means to be in great pain. And most women realize if you've given birth, it apparently hurts. I've never given birth, but I've seen it. Seen it in women. I've seen it in animals, and it looks like it hurts. I'm not going to take anything away from the ladies there. But when we are truly sorrow-filled because of our actions, we should feel great pain. We should feel distress. We should feel that heaviness, that burden. And it does cause some people to become physically ill. Absolutely. Not going to argue that a bit. But the difference is, in one action, you attempted to do something good. But when you're sorrow-filled, that action means you have done something wrong. Now let's put this into a biblical perspective. When we sin and we repent and we go to our Creator and say, "Lord, I messed up. I messed up big time." Do we want to use the word apology or apologize? Probably not. We're not going to give him a good reason. We're not going to say, "This is why I did this." We're going to say, "I should not have done this. I feel terrible. I am deeply sorry. I am sorrow-filled to the point of illness I need your mercy and I need you to forgive me because you're the only one who can at this point. Do you see the difference? Do you see and understand that difference? Now, how many of us don't really think about the words we use? And it doesn't matter what they are, right? But are we using the correct words? Are we saying the things? And yes, I know that our Creator knows the content of our heart. He knows what we want to say. But other people may not. So when you go to someone and apologize, did you intend to do what you did and you have a reason for it? And sometimes you may, right? Or is the whatever it was that you did filling you with such sorrow that you need to be sorry for your actions? There is a difference. And like I said, I don't want this to be a grammar lesson. I'm not trying to tell you to make sure you get these right. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to think about the words we use. Because sometimes, and I'll be the first one to admit I have trouble with English. And it's the language I've been speaking since I was old enough to start speaking. But sometimes I do. I confuse my words sometimes. I don't do it intentionally, but sometimes things just don't come out right. So part of being able to live the way we're designed is to think before we say something. Am I going to say this so that it is what I want to get across? Don't just blurt something out for the sake of covering up that awkward silence. Think before you speak. Something to think about until next time. And until next time, many, many blessings, everyone.